Hey, lovelies. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just going to give you guys some time to join in the live. Hello, 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 hello. I'm going to just give you guys some time to join. Hey, lovelies. I hope you guys are having a good day. So today I wanted us to sort of watch the trailer for Love and Marriage Huntsville together. I wanted us to talk about it. And I also wanted us to talk about what Martell has been posting on his stories about Marsau and Maurice. So yeah, I wanted us to have that conversation. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen and I will play the trailer and then we'll do a reaction together. Okay, so whilst I'm doing that, yeah, so it should come up in a second. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Let me just put it at full screen. Okay, let's watch. Don't know why it doesn't want to play. Give me a second.
"2024 came in with a bang."
You ain't seen this.
Martell got a mugshot.
Martell Holt was arrested and charged with domestic violence in the 3rd degree.
Harassing communication.
Wasn't it like a text or something?
Domestic violence sounds terrible.
But it was for communication.
What if he really meant to do her harm?
Domestic violence is not the same as harassment and communication. That's a phone charge. Like, your children gonna have to see that.
Okay. The first thing I wanted to flag was the fact that Stormy was like, oh, okay, domestic violence. And then her husband was like, you know, that's a phone charge. For me, I personally don't like when people minimize domestic violence and say, oh, you know, it's a phone charge. What do you mean it's a phone charge? It's domestic violence, harassing communications. So you can't just minimize that and say, oh, you know, it's a phone charge. Phone charge or not, it is still domestic violence. Just because someone basically like posts something or it's a text message of some sort does not mean that it's not serious enough that it has to be flagged as harassing communications, domestic violence. I think sometimes people feel like, oh, it needs to be physical violence for it to be domestic violence. But it's like, it could be emotional, it could be all sorts of things. Like, it could be financial abuse, these sorts of things. So for you to then be like, oh, it's just a text message, I absolutely hated that because I just felt like it was minimizing what Melody went through at the hands of Martell. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Let's just go back to play the clip.
This stuff, the internet never goes away. Martell right now, he needs intervention. I'm getting.
Oh,
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on trouble?
Sorry about the ad in the background. Let me just go back to sharing my screen. You guys, pardon me. This is like my first time going on live in a while.
Over a year ago, you know?
He literally took a video that he and I did and was gonna have it released.
My mentor was bullying me.
Some bigger restraints.
Okay, so for those of people who may not understand the context, Martell allegedly said he sent her a message, he sent Melody a message saying, stop bullying me. But for those of us who have watched, for instance, the Queen Sheba interview, you know that he sent a screenshot of the video That's what he did. He sent a screenshot of the video. So it's not as easy or as simple as stop bullying me. It is this man sent a video of them being intimate and then says what he says. That is harassing communications. That is someone trying to leak or someone trying to blackmail you with an sex tape to begin with. So it's not just a simple text like Courtney says. And I feel like it's just very frustrating that despite everything Melody has been through at the hands of these people, or at the hands of Martell, these people still don't seem to be holding him accountable. Now, some may say they do hold him accountable in some way, and we'll talk about that in a second. But to an extent, I feel like they're not holding him accountable in the way in which they should, because they're minimizing something as serious as a revenge piece situation. But anyways, let's keep watching.
Things need to be done in holding people accountable.
Why did you feel it was necessary to go and do an interview with the blogger?
It's like she went low and I went lower. She got me arrested.
I gotta pause it there. I'm sorry. I have to pause it there. They said, why is it that he felt he needed to go and speak to a blogger? Is that really the question we're asking him? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being serious, do you think him speaking to Tasha K is the worst thing that Martell has done and not the revenge P? Why is nobody bringing up the revenge P situation as an issue? Instead, you're bringing up the fact that he went to Tasha K to say whatever he went to say on Tasha K as an issue. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think he should have been on Tasha K saying what he was saying about Melody. Absolutely not. I don't think he should be. But I'm thinking on this in terms of the gravity of what it is that has been done. You mean to tell me, seriously, that honestly, it's a joke to me. It really is a joke. Because I'm just like, you mean to tell me that on top of everything this man has done when it comes to revenge, the fact that he spoke to a blogger is the height? It's the height of it all? Like, are we being serious? Yeah, no, that's insane to me. But anyways, let's keep watching.
Got me arrested. Listen, she didn't call DHR on me. Until y'all experience something like that.
I've experienced that, Martell.
You've never experienced.
I chose not to get a divorce.
Nell said that when she found out she was married.
Now, I have questions. He said, I chose not to get a divorce. And then my question to him is like, what was happening that made you feel like you wanted to get a divorce to begin with? Now, these are the questions that I'm hoping that the new season will answer, because I'm trying to get to the answers. I want to know what exactly, do you guys know what exactly has been happening in your marriage that had made you feel like you wanted to get a divorce, but you decided not to? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I'm just like, yeah, if you have anything to say it now. And can we have some receipts about these things, please? Because I feel like, Martell, you know you want to speak up about this whole situation. So you might as well just tell us. Let us know where the bodies are buried. Let's know what's going on. Let's know who has done what. You might as well just come out and say it all. Because I feel like at this point, you've been holding it over their heads for so long. Now they are calling you out, even though I feel like they're not calling you out about what I think they should be calling you out about. But at least they're, for the first time in a long time, they're finally calling you out about something. That's just my opinion. And I feel like, yes, they're calling you out about something. If it was my perspective, I would expect them to be calling you out about the revenge piece situation. That's just my perspective on that. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Let's keep watching the trailer.
She started messing with you.
No, that's actually
What is?
you trying to make it sound you were still married while y'all hooking up.
Yes, he was married. Did I know he was married? No. So do you think that this is a traitor, Chris? That's for him to address.
My wife ain't no side chick. So
She ain't now.
Don't call her. She never was.
Ooh.
Nelson.
I gotta pause that. So, hey everyone. Yes, AA is saying hey everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Everyone in the chat, hello. Everyone watching, hello to you as well. No, but seriously, right? This is the thing. It feels like Martell has no loyalty to nobody. Because let's think about it. The Nell and Chris are meant to be his people, right? Do you come out and basically insinuate that your person, one of your friends, was a side chick? Would you do that? Mattel has no loyalty, and I feel like the I wish everyone on the cast would know that Mattel has no loyalty, because the truth of the matter is Mattel has no loyalty. And I'm highly disappointed that these people constantly fall for the fact that they really believe that Mattel has a loyalty. Mattel does not have any loyalty to anybody. Because if you had loyalty to somebody, you won't be out here calling their wife of how many years a side chick. That is insane to me. That is insane to me. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Let's keep watching.
Said something on social media. If you felt like you had to downplay you've been around me to other people, then maybe you shouldn't be around me.
What nail? What nail? No, I'm nail. You doing the most. I can. And I can too.
Not Melody having a ball in the background. She looks like I'm just laughing. I'm gonna have me a good time. I'm not here for the shenanigans. What is going on? Now, I will say, now I don't know what started this, and I want to know what started it. But one thing I will say is I don't like when people call you a name that you don't call yourself. Like, if she says her name is Nell, then you call her Nell, not Lanelle, or whatever you wanted to call her. It's unacceptable for you to then start calling someone a name they don't want to be called. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I want to see what comes of that. The other thing is, I'm like, how does it get to the point where you guys are like so close and almost like physically touching each other in that way? Like, is it that serious? Like, what could have really happened that could have resulted in all of that to begin with? But yeah. Anyways, let's keep playing.
We're gonna have a conversation. You said, don't do that. Don't you do that. And you said free Martell.
No,
you know what?
you're not.
No, that's the free t-shirt. And then did a LOL.
Ooh. Honestly, Marsau and Melody scenes are always fire. It's always like Marsau says some dumb-ish and Melody has to come and check him. It's so constant. It's like every time I'm like, seriously, like, why are you always saying some dumb-ish? But anyways, let's play it. Let's play the video. Oh, actually, before that, AA is saying, I totally agree with you. Martell is out of line as usual. No, I completely agree. I feel like Martell is always out of line when it comes to Chris. We saw the way Martell treated Chris and treated Nell last season. Martell was practically in Nell's face last season and nothing happened. So, like, to be honest, are we shocked? Are we shocked that this is how Martell behaves? No, this is really how he behaves. Like, there is nothing new in this trailer for me anyway. There is nothing that I was like, oh, okay, this is a little bit new and this is not something that Martell does. Nah, this is what Martell does, really. Hey, sis. Hi, Linda Gamble. Hello. Honestly, it's so good to see Linda on the chat. I was saying, like, she's actually one of like my earliest subscribers. So thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so let's keep watching.
Pick your damn store. It doesn't matter as a man. If you see DV,
that's not fair. That's not fair. No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
there shouldn't be no freedom.
That's the dude you chose.
That's the dude you chose.
And I completely agree. If you see DV, I don't care what it is about. I don't care if that is your friend and you've been friends with them for years. If you see DV, that should be enough for you to be like, do you know what? I am washing my hands off this person, or I am calling this person to account, or I'm having an intervention for this person. It shouldn't be any free Martell. If you even wanted to stay out of it, I would say I don't particularly like the idea of you wanting to stay on the sidelines and stay out of it. But the truth of the matter is, you going out there to say free Martell is a madness to me. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, nah, you're hella out of line, out of order. Does not make any sense to me. But yeah, let's keep watching.
Be friends with. That's the dude you know him.
Okay, this was another thing that pissed me off. Marsau basically said that's the dude you decided to have 3 kids with. I think he eventually changed it to 4, but you know that woman has 4 children. Let's be clear. And we know Marsau is so sassy and probably did that intentionally to get under her skin. Like, it's so heartbreaking that people constantly throw shots at this beautiful little girl's paternity. It's very, very disappointing. This is a little girl, an innocent girl that was not, she didn't force herself. She had no control over being in this world. So it's like she had no control of even who her parents are, right? So like it's unfair for people to like be making casting aspersions about like her paternity or who's it. You know, it's really horrible. And so, like, I know Marsau is sassy enough, in my opinion, to sit in front of her and say, "Oh, isn't that the one you chose to have 3 kids with?" Oh, you know, I know that is intentional. There's nothing anyone can tell me. Now, this is my opinion. There's no way of me knowing for a fact, but I just feel like knowing what Marsau does on a day-to-day basis and how Marsau behaves, I feel like it's intentional. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you actually believe that Marsau said that intentionally, made the comments about Melody having 3 kids from Martell intentionally, or do you think it was a slip of tongue? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I think for me, I just think of all the things that you could have a slip of tongue with, that's the thing that you suddenly get wrong. Like, it just seems too convenient, but that is just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. But yeah, let's keep watching.
Hey, I'm Martell. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Right.
Awkward. It's given. I know you. All right, let's keep watching.
You met Martell before.
Yeah.
This is so awkward. Like, if I was Stormy, I would have been like, what is this awkwardness, for goodness sakes? Like, it's given, we know each other, we've been and done all sorts of things, nasty things together, and now we have to act like we never met each other in our lives, but like, you could cut the tension with a knife. Like, yeah, it's hella wrong.
We go way back.
In what way?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Just, yeah.
We go way back. My goodness. And I was listening to Queen Sheba Darling earlier today, and allegedly, you know, her and Martell have been doing bits. So yeah, that explains the awkwardness.
Dude, do y'all like?
Yeah, no.
They can't even lie with a straight face, right? Like, she's like, "Oh, have you guys done?" And then they're like, Martell's face, Martell looks guilty, she looks guilty. It's like, you guys couldn't even like get your stories right. I'll be honest, I'm sure you guys knew you were going to be on the show together before this. So like, you guys could have worked on your story, you guys could have worked on your facial expressions, you guys could have worked on like how you guys wanted to expose things. It's giving like, we did plan it before. Now we're in each other's face and we're acting so awkward. And now everyone knows what we've been doing. Like, it's just so crazy.
Type of situation to make people think like, damn, did they mess around before or something?
Wait, huh? Y'all was also weird.
Did they mess around before or something? Yes, that is what it's given. And by the way, Stormy's hair looks so pretty. Her hair looks really nice.
No, you...
It was given like we know each other in another way.
She came to the house a couple times.
She came to the house a couple times. This is the thing, right? Martell is not the guy to keep your secrets. Martell is not the guy that you can be like, okay, let me tell you this real quick, don't say anything. Or Martell is not the guy that you smash and hope it never comes out. Martell is going to tell it all. He's gonna sing like a canary. Like, Martell is a blabbermouth. He doesn't know how to hide anything, right? He will be like, oh, we didn't do anything. And then in the same vein, his facial expressions are going to give it away. And then in that same conversation, he's going to give it away. Do you guys remember his manager Do you guys remember his manager? He basically, the manager was saying on the TV that, oh yeah, we never did anything together, blah blah blah. Mattel agreed, and then in the same vein, still then said, oh well, we did do something in high school though. I'm like, Mattel, seriously, Mattel, right? Like, stick to the story for goodness sake. And this is the thing. I'm just like, Mattel is not the person. If you do something wrong, Mattel is not the one to tell, because Mattel will expose you. You can't do anything with Mattel in secret and think it's never gonna come out. It will. Like, anyone thinking of smashing Mattel, just know this. Once you smash him, it's going to become public knowledge. I'm just saying. But let's see the chat. Hey Alf. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? Thanks for joining tonight. I know I don't really be doing live videos and this was a bit impromptu, but thanks for hanging with us. But yeah, let's keep watching the trailer. To be honest, I feel like the trailer was long and the trailer was giving a lot. Now, I hope it's not one of those things where, have you ever watched a movie where you saw the trailer and thought like, oh my goodness, so much is going to happen, only for you to actually watch the movie and you're just like, I should have just stuck to the trailer. I hope it's not something like that and it actually ends up being a good show this season. Fingers crossed. But anyways, let's keep watching.
He said you was at his house.
Well, he did invite me. If we did.
Honestly, I feel like, sis, you just look like a liar, because you were acting like, oh, you barely know him, you knew him from school, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, he did invite me, and if we, like, seriously, Stormy's face is my face, because I'm like, seriously? Like, for me, if that was my friend, I'll be like, nah, you're a liar. Why didn't you just say it? Because now you look silly letting it come out of Martell's mouth before it comes out of your mouth.
So we're adults.
Like, hold on now. Like,
I might have talked with some and see what was it about. It wasn't that serious. We ain't do nothing either. Hell, I don't remember her ass.
hey, you didn't stop talking so many women.
So now Martell is making jokes talking about he doesn't even remember her. And I'm just like, seriously. Oh my goodness.
Man, that what got you the problem there.
You looking cool? How you doing?
What I don't understand is it's given that everyone wants to be with Martell. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what is the appeal? What is it that people get from this man? Is it this hook and a curve and whatever that Martell is apparently bringing? Like, I just don't understand. Like, what is going on? Let's see what's in the chat. So Alf MC is saying, I just go back to when Demon Destiny said in an interview with Chaotic Tank. That is funny. Martell sleeps with all his female friends, but not me. Girl, a lie. Don't care who tells it. And Destiny was lying. This is actually a really good point, because the thing is, you say Martell sleeps with everyone, all his female friends, but why should we believe that you have not slept with Martell? Why should we believe that? Like, I feel like he's just, I would not be surprised if he has smashed Destiny. I will not be surprised. And I feel like if it has happened, I would like for it to come out, because it's actually quite sad that she would be able to be out here talking about, oh yeah, he sleeps with everyone, but not me. I'm like, girl, speak the truth now. Did you smash or did you not smash this man? Now let's see. Martell has smashed Demon Destiny and his new chick, in my opinion. Yes, Alf. No, I think you're onto something on this one, because like, there is something that I'm going to play in a second, and that gave me the impression that I feel like Martell and Destiny have definitely smashed. I'm going to play this and let me know what you guys think in the chat.
What's been going on?
Living life.
First of all, what is this robe? What is this music? It's giving like, ooh, I'm hanging with my new bae. So weird.
You know, dating. Yeah.
Doesn't Law look so cute?
Look just like his Uncle Martell. I don't know how that happened. Hold on, drink a little bit.
Like
Lucy.
what? Doesn't Law look so cute? Just like his Uncle Martell. I don't know how that happened. Like, what are you saying? That is so suspicious. Like, why would I even like say something that makes it seem like you and I smashed? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, this is what I mean about like Martell is one of those people where like you can't have a pact with him and say like, yo, don't tell anybody. Like, we smashed, but let's act like we've never smashed and let's move on from this. Martell is not one of those people. He will say it out. Like, he will say it out. And oh my goodness, Alf, you're right. That was the next thing I was about to say. Because also, I noticed the way Martell looks at Destiny. It's almost in a very lustful manner. I'm like, what is going on, Martell? So let me just read what Alf MC is saying. It's the way Martell looks at Destiny and how she's moved on his behalf. She seems very protective of him, like she's hid bottom bish, pimp and hoe mentality. Ooh, his bottom B, pimp and hoe mentality. Ooh, now that's interesting. I've not thought about it in that way. Like, I do agree with you that the way he looks at her is so weird to me. It just doesn't make any sense. It does not look platonic at all. The other thing I think is weird is that you're right. She is always so protective of him. It's like when he said that when the rumors came out about him allegedly being in a psych ward and Destiny called him crying. I'm just like, why are you crying for Martell Holt? Like, what is it about Martell that is making you out here like crying? Like, it's just so weird to me. I just don't understand that. But yeah, that was so weird. Think about it. Destiny was always around all Martell's women. Oh my goodness, you are so right. Remember when there was like the rumors about Belinda and Martell Holt allegedly having a thing, and Destiny was also all up in that mix. That is so weird. That is so weird. No, I think you are right. It's given like, wow, that is such an interesting way. I've never thought about it before. And this is the thing. This is why I was like keen to start doing lives with you guys, because I feel like, yes, you hear my perspective, but I also want to hear your perspective, because sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm saying my perspective, but then I don't know what you guys think. And sometimes you guys can teach me something I haven't thought about before. But that is so interesting. Wow. Never really thought about it like that. But I think you're right. She's the constant. She's the one that is always around all his women. So I feel like something has happened between them before and probably still continues to happen every now and then.
Destiny and a girl told girl bye. She sleep with your man. Right. I don't know what Destiny does. And I don't put nothing past people.
Yes, ma'am. This is true. I'm not about to, like, let's be honest, I'm not about to put nothing past anybody. Anybody. Completely. But this season, I really hope that if Destiny has smashed Martell, I hope it comes out in this season. I want to see it. I want to hear all about it. Now, that would make a really, really good season. And shout out to Melody for that. Melody is not playing with none of them this season, and I'm loving it. I think Melody got that short hair back. She's like, I'm playing with none of you hoes. Literally. She's like, I'm not here for none of y'all. Yes, Melody, 100%. But yeah, let's keep watching. Whilst you guys, shout out, like, I got a bubble tea, and I'm like trying to drink the bubble tea because I'm thirsty at the same time. So I'm gonna play this and then drink in the background and be quiet and try and be as quiet as possible. But yeah, let's enjoy this.
One of my producers married Destiny's man. What I would like to do is bring Sonny and Moses to the stage.
You and Sonny, you guys are friends, right?
I would say that we were too close for this. How do you want to have a career in this industry and you make moves like that?
this is interesting. Did you guys notice? Did you guys notice for a second? Oh yeah, Tisha and Kimmy. Honestly, sometimes the way Tisha and Kimmy look at Melody, I'm just like, you don't like this woman. I feel like you're just in her presence because you want your check. That's what it's given. Like, I've never really felt that there's any sort of friendship there to begin with. Now, Destiny, you're right. Destiny never answers a question directly. She was asked, "Were you guys friends?" She said, "Well, we were too close for that." No, answer the freaking question. Were you guys friends or not? This is my thing. It's like, just answer the question. And I feel like people do that when they are lying about something, when they're not being completely honest. Because why not just say, yes, we were friends, or to be honest, we weren't friends, we're just friendly, but I thought we were close enough that this would never happen, right? That's different from you then saying, yeah, we're too close for this. What does that even mean? Were you friends or were you never friends? Or were you friends? Like, what is it? And that's the thing that frustrates me about Destiny. Not answering a question directly. Just answer the freaking question. Simple. Anyways, let's keep watching.
With a producer, but she didn't really talk to me about Moses.
You was pursuing a friendship.
I was pursuing.
Yeah, that's what I was told. You was pursuing a relationship.
I wasn't pursuing anything. It isn't favorable. Do you have to call and ask for permission though to date someone's ex?
Destiny's producer. Yeah, how you feel about that?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't give two about it.
You don't go date your.
Melody was like, I do not give two about it. And that's that. That is that. Like, I feel like they're just making this into a huge storyline when it's giving the impression that, like, Sonny and Destiny were never really friends like that. And if they were friends like that, I want to see the receipts. I want to see the call logs. I want to see text messages back and forth. Because if anyone said me and someone were friends, you would see text messages, you would see voice notes, you would see us hanging out outside of like work. If you don't see none of that, we ain't friends. We are friendly or cordial. And that's that. Because why couldn't she just answer the direct question? Were you guys friends? To be honest with you, we're too close for that. Answer the freaking question, yes or no. It's a very simple yes or no question. It's not that deep. But anyway, let's keep watching.
Friends,
you turn around and stab me in my back like this? You knew what she had going on from the point of you meeting her. You love by me, name your business after my baby. Law. Justice, which is the baby's name that we were going to have.
Oh, wow.
Because you said she never confided in me about this man. She's painting this picture as though I was plotting on her man when I kept it all the way professional. Listen, cousin, you get.
She said you named your business after my baby. And she wow, that is a lot. That is a lot. Moses looks dumbfounded, to be honest. Now, I hope Moses responded because I want to hear what Moses said to that. Like, I'm going to need Moses to come with something more than just like looking a little bit like shocked and taken aback. Now, it looks like Sonny has all the smoke for Destiny this season. And I hope Destiny is ready for that because Moses might not say much, but Sonny is not the one. Sonny looks like she is ready to tangle the season. I will say that. Bet she's a producer who has been waiting for her moment.
Get what you put out.
We got side chicks, side dudes, side chicks, and side chicks.
I was never a side chick, baby. I'm the wife.
Ooh, I can't lie to you. When she said I was never a side chick, baby, I'm the wife. I'm like, yes, ma'am. You better speak on it. Like, oh, sorry, that's my alarm. But yeah, like, yes. No. Come off it. Side cheek. No, thank you. The other thing I wanted to show you guys actually, but I need to actually get that off. I need to get that from. So 1 second. I'm just trying to get the slides up so I can show you guys. You guys permit me. I'm still getting used to doing uploading stuff and getting stuff. Oh, I don't know why it's not working today. Last time I tried doing it actually worked. But for some reason it's not. Let me see if I can actually, I have an idea. I'm just going to log into my Instagram on my computer and just show you guys what I wanted to show you guys. Because I had fun like lurking in the comment section today, just reading things, and I was like, do you know what, let me bring this so that you guys can see it, because I was just there like laughing my ass off and just thinking like, you lot are thinking what I'm thinking. But then of course there's always going to be the weird ones who, oh, hold on, let me stop sharing my screen for a second. And then let's see. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. If you're still watching, make sure you hit that like button, and everyone please subscribe if you haven't already. So let's start with the comment section after reading or watching this trailer. So let me share my screen again so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit the comments button. I've never really done it on the computer. Okay, fine. Yeah, I just need to scroll through. That's fine. So, original hits are saying to bring something up years ago and put a DV jacket on someone is just weird. The fact that nobody is holding her accountable for being bitter and petty is crazy. That's your child's father. They have to look at you, and now you have to answer hard questions, but also put you in a bad light. This is sad. I like Mel, but this is going to go left and probably not going to work out in anyone's favor. Now, this is a thing I hate about people that do this. How is it Mel's fault for something someone did? No one forced him. No one forced him to send harassing communications to his ex-wife. He did that by himself. So if he has to face the music for behaving in that way, that's on him. What does that have to do with her? Why are you saying you're putting a DV jacket on somebody? No, that's what they did. And I absolutely hate when people do that. When they're like, oh, well, you know, what did this person do? He freaking sent her revenge P and threatened her. What do you think this is? And then you're saying, oh, it's a DV jacket. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, I just don't understand. Now, what I will say is it's looking like people are really interested in this season. Someone said it might be a messy season, but I'm invested. Another person said, I don't like Melody. She pretends she's a victim. Now, I completely disagree with that. Melody does not pretend to be a victim. Melody is nobody's victim. She's never come across as a victim. Let's cut that out. And I'm Rashida. I'm here for this, sis, because I noticed that nobody really heard Martell basically tell Destiny her son looks like him. I'm like, if that's not a way Martell is trying to embarrass you and indirectly out you for allegedly, you know, doing stuff with him, I don't know what that is. Another person said it's jaw-dropping that women would defend a man who is charged with illegally harassing his ex-wife and threatening to release revenge P. That is crazy. Spitting hairs on domestic violence is jaw-dropping. Also, I'm going to take that every female who went to school with Martell has been with. At this point, sis, I'm not going to disagree with you. It feels like it's clear that Martell has been around He has been around, continues to be around. That's what it's given. Like, there's nothing anyone can tell me. Martell be in these streets. He's been in the streets since school. That's what it seems like. That is what it seems like. And that's just crazy to me because I'm just like, seriously, you mean to tell me that since high school Martell has been out here like this? Like, are we serious? Now, I appreciate people that remind people that seem to forget, right, that Martell and Arian actually admitted to having the video initially. So let's read what Ode to Brie is saying. Both Martell and Arian have admitted to having the video. Martell stated he sent a clip of the video of Melody giving her husband oral. Arian stated Martell wanted her to post the video online through a fake page, pretending to be another man. This is absolutely worthy of going to jail. How anyone on this show can defend this behavior is effing wild. And I completely agree with this person that Ode to Brie. I'm just like, how can anybody, anyone with common sense, literally disagree with that? Like, are we serious? This person is saying, did it happen? Anything can be said. Doesn't make it true, especially if it never happened. Are you dumb? Are you slow? Like, is everything okay? Are the screws in your heads loose? Like, because I don't understand how this person just said they admitted, and another person said, did it happen? What does that even mean? Are you saying that if she doesn't expose the revenge P, then they haven't done anything wrong? Like, this is just so weird to me. And then another person at the video being sent to Aaron is exposure and revenge P. It doesn't have to be posted online. Are you okay? Thank you for asking, because I'm just like, are you serious? Like, nah. Yeah, nah. That's crazy. The lovely Nita is saying, I can already tell Kimmy is going to irritate my spirit this season. Honestly, one thing about Kimmy is I think she's male identified. I think that she will anything to trivialize what this nice guy Mattel. The only reason I'm saying nice guy is because nice guy is something Kimmy has called Mattel in the past. I don't know what it is, but the ladies seem to like Mattel for some reason, which I don't get. And like, it's like you want to be tortured because I don't know why anybody in their right mind would like a man like Mattel. I just don't see it. I just don't understand it. But yeah, Lips Don't Lie. That's an interesting name. I love any scenes that Mel and Marsau have together. Their energy is unmatched. Absolutely. I think I'm going to just read this one last comment. Oh, okay, maybe one more because I like Money Making Melody fan page. So I'm going to read this one and this other. I'm going to read this last two comments and then we can move on to something else. Pick up your feelings. Can I just say this? Shout out to you guys on OMFG Reality TV because I'm just like, you guys, your names are so interesting. Like, nah, these names are fire. Pick up your feelings is saying, how can you still be on OWN TV after trying to release Revenge P on somebody? OWN is the oppressed women's network. Honestly, I've heard people call OWN oppressed women's network. I don't know who it is that cons that name, but whoever conned it is onto something because the way they are moving, it's giving oppressed people's network. It really is. And it's like, it's really disappointing that, like, when you think about Oprah and her name before we are now starting to find out all the things that we know about them and Oprah and OWN TV, you would expect so much, right? Honestly, it's been so disappointing. One of the reasons I wanted to like cover OWN TV shows was I was like, okay, they seem more wholesome. No, I did not realize they were not, honestly speaking. But anyways, let me have a quick look in our chat and then I'll go back to reading the Instagram chat. Dusty has been telling lies since day one. Tracy Reed, I completely agree with you. I couldn't agree more, to be completely honest with you. She has been lying through her teeth from day one. Like, even when they asked questions about Moses, it was like no clear indication. How long were you dating Moses for? Where did you meet Moses? It just felt like everything was just a lie. She was just being unnecessarily cagey. I'm like, if you have nothing to hide, why are you so cagey? Like, if someone asks me a question and I have nothing to hide, I'm not going to be so cagey. Like, what do you want me to respond to? Like, ask me the questions, I'll give you the answers. Like, it's not that deep. Mahogany Meeks is saying, hello everyone. Hello, Mahogany. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. And then Leslie Jones is saying, those are the same type of people who continue to support R. Kelly and other male abusers such as Martell. Honestly, I wish I had like a clap emoji, sis, because that is exactly right. These people continue to make excuses for R. Kelly. They make excuses for people like Martell, the Martells of this world, because I'm like, what else does Martell have to do? If Martell strangles somebody today, not saying that he will, I'm just saying, if Martell strangled somebody today, these people will find a way to justify it and make it seem like Martell is a saint and people are bugging. I could almost bet £100 on this. People would still be out here saying, no, Martell was pushed. Martell is a nice guy. Martell don't bother nobody. Because, like, I'm always so shocked when people are moving all around and talking about Martell don't bother nobody. I'm like, Martell is the epitome of craziness. Martell is the epitome of, like, abusive. So I don't understand what you all want. It's like, unless you see someone physically attacking somebody, and even if you see that, you guys come up with all sorts of excuses. Anyways, let's read what Money Making Melody fan page has said. Courtney sounds so ignorant. Completely agree, sis. Harassment is under the category of DV for a reason. It is mental abuse. The DA wouldn't have signed for a warrant if they didn't have evidence to take this to trial. Sorry, not sorry. Yours friend is finally about to reap what he sowed, and none of yours dislike for Mel can stop it. And this is true. This is true. Let's see what kind of replies she got. I was so disappointed that this narrative came from him. Loud, ignorant, and wrong. 100%. 100%. Let's see what. Oops. Oh, well, I guess that's the end of that. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is this. So Martell decided that he was not going to take all this intervention thing and he was going to escalate it like Martell does. We all know Martell behaves like a baby. Once you call him out, he throws his toys out of the pram. That's just who Martell is. We know that's who he is. Like, there's no point in us acting shocked. But I will say, he's making for good TV. Now, the reason I say that is this. He's finally forcing the Scots to engage. For the last couple of seasons, we've seen the Scots barely engage, barely do much on the show, especially Maurice, for instance, right? We barely see him do anything on the show. Sometimes I forget he's there and I have to think like, oh, what's his name? Which is so disappointing because it's like, if you're on the show, you should still be like, you should be interesting enough that like we should miss you in scenes, or we should even be interested in getting to know you a little bit. With Maurice, I'm not interested in nothing Maurice has to say. Most times I even forget he's on the show. Like, I completely forget. And every time he's like interacting with Kimmy, I find the interaction so boring. I'm just like, oh, do I have to sit through this nonsense? So now I feel like Martell is actually forcing them to stand on their own and actually bring some engagement to the show. Anyways, Martell is saying to Maurice, you're more like Mel and I'm more like Kiowa. So do you really understand what I'm going through? Now, here's the thing. I want to know why Martell feels like Maurice is more like Mel, because I don't think Maurice is anything like Mel. Like, do you guys see it? Because I do not see it. I do not see it at all. Do you guys think Maurice is anything like Mel? Let me know in the chat. Because I personally, I do not see that. I do not see that comparison at all. Like, I was just like, Martell, if you're gonna say something silly like that, can you at least give us some, like, let us know why you would say something like that? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me personally. Like, if you're gonna say that, like, give us some examples, like, oh, this is something that Mel does, and this is something you do as well. Because I just thought, like, nah, it doesn't make any sense. Now, just looking on the side here, Hey It's Place says one thing about Mattel is that if he's going down, he's going to drag everyone else down with him, especially if he knows your secrets. I completely agree with that. Mattel is one of those people that if he's going down, he's pulling you with them. You know, when maybe someone is trying to like drown and you're trying to save them, Mattel is one of those people, if you try to save him, you end up pulling you and you probably go down together. That's just who he is. That's his job. I don't think he can help himself personally. I think that's just who he is. Now let's see what the response is. Mattel, even with this analogy, I do understand. I still hold firm there is a better way. Now, guess what? It says, you didn't feel there was a better way when you needed what you wanted from your wife. You forcible guy. You. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy to me. Now, here's my thing. I feel like, Maurice, where is the energy after Mattel has told you that you were a forcible guy and when you needed what you wanted from your wife? You like, where is the energy for Mattel? This is what I've always wondered. It's like everyone has energy for everyone else but Mattel. Like, why? It leads me to think you guys know that Mattel knows where you guys buried the bodies, where you guys are hiding your secrets. Because I just don't understand why he would be allowed to be able to talk to you lot anyhow without any sort of repercussions. And then you guys will see very soon they'll be back bodies again. It's like you guys just. I feel like they know who Mattel is. They know that he's going to have a tantrum. They know if they meet him the way he's having a tantrum, he's going to expose everything and he will go too far and there will be no coming back from it. Because I feel like it's a bit surprising that, like, after what Mattel has said, right? Even when Maurice responded, he didn't respond in a way that I was like, oh, okay, his response is like very serious or whatnot. He literally just said, Mattel, he just said the best person to ask is the person who you believe was the person wronged in the situation. They'll completely disagree with your position, but even that, there is a better way. That's all he said. And so for me, I'm like, if that's all you said, you have all this energy for everyone, but you have all this energy for everyone but Mattel. I just never understood that. To me, I'm just like, I just never really understood how Maurice, the Scott brothers, always have energy for everyone but Mattel Holt. Also, he did come from Marsau as well, but for some reason it's not on OMFG reality TV, or maybe I missed it in some way. Let me have another look on their page and see. Oh, here it is. You and Tisha never had any type of infidelity in your marriage, and you do whatever you say. So where's your wisdom coming from? Now, I do agree. Now, I know we don't like Mattel. I know we can't stand his ass, but I feel like this is a good example of the message is right, but the messenger is wrong. I feel like Marsau as the messenger. Do you know what? Do you find it a bit annoying that they all have names that starts with M's? It's a bit annoying because sometimes it's like so easy to like trip on your words. You're like, am I talking about Marsau? Am I talking about Martell? Like, seriously, what is going on? But honestly, I just feel like he's right. If you've never had infidelity in your marriage, how do you have all this advice for me? Are you taking any of your advice? Like, are you taking any of your advice? Absolutely not, it seems. But honestly, I was just like when I saw the trailer, I was like really curious. I wanted to talk to you guys about it, and I wanted to find out like what you guys thought about it. Do you guys think would you be watching the show this season? Let me know in the chat. Would you be watching this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville? Like, I do want to cover the show this season. I do think, based on the trailer, I am disappointed that they've sort of they've almost made Mattel to be a huge center of this season, which I do not like. It feels like the season is centered around Mattel. And I feel like it's almost like rewarding Mattel for bad behavior. So I absolutely hate that. But I will be watching the show. I will be supporting Melody. I also think that I honestly, guys, I really, really love Love and Marriage Huntsville as a show. And I wish that they would do certain tweaks. Like for instance, I wish that they would just let Mattel go. Um, but it feels like they just feel like there is no show without Mattel Holt, which I don't think is the truth at all. Because if you think about it, this is a hostile work environment. This man has been arrested for DV against, his ex-wife, a castmate on the show. Yet they have still kept him there. They have still kept him, and I'm just like, how you finna keep somebody? How are you gonna keep somebody like that? It's like for me, I just don't understand that. And instead, it just feels like they gave him so much more camera time. If you look at the trailer, it felt like I saw Mattel multiple times more than I saw other people on the show, which I personally do not like. I feel like it's rewarding Mattel for bad behavior. However, through it all, will I be watching the show? Yes. Will I be covering the show? Yes. Um, but I also wondered, will you guys be watching the show? Let me know. Are you going to be tuned in? Also, is it something where you'd also want me to do some more live videos like tonight? I know I'm still getting a hang of it. I'm still not kind of used to it. But I sort of like enjoyed sort of like hanging with you and just talking. But yeah, let me know if you guys want more of this. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. It's hard like looking, talking at the same time, trying to see if everyone is like smashing that like button so that other people can find us. And so if you haven't liked, please, it's a free way to support. Also, before I forget, I wanted to say thank you so much to the two people that joined the membership this week. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you guys don't know, I do have a membership as well. So do feel free to join if you want. But yeah, so thank you so much to my two new members that have joined the membership. Thank you so much for your support. But yeah, are you going to be watching this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, guys. Are you going to be watching? AA is saying, I will be watching. Okay. Lurking in the shadows. We'll be doing the reviews and recaps on this channel. So make sure you come over here and let's talk about it and let's break it down. Also, are you guys watching Never Ever Met? Honestly, that show is I don't even know where to start from. I feel like it's a new show. I started watching it recently. I've done a recap of this. I did a recap yesterday. So if you guys want to go catch up on that, like after this live, go ahead and catch up on that. But like, let me know if you guys will be watching Never Ever Met, because I think that would be another show that I could do like live videos about, and we could talk about it together and like just break it down together. So let me know if that's something you guys would want to see as well. And yeah, like I feel like we've had a good night. So thank you so much for coming to support. I really appreciate you guys. Honestly, thank you for your subscribers. Thank you for subscribing rather. Like you guys, I hit 2,000 subscribers like just a couple of days ago, and I really appreciate it. Like when I started YouTube, it was just like I really loved watching shows, and I was just like, okay, let me just do reviews and recaps, and that's why I decided to name myself Reviews and Recaps. And I was like, just don't even think about like getting dressed and stuff. Just record something and put it online. And it just seemed like it resonated with you guys, so I really really appreciate it. So yeah, that was all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So yeah, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll start doing this every Monday at 4 p.m. EST, I believe. And I'll try and catch you guys live again, maybe every couple of days on YouTube as well, just so we can do like some other reviews and recaps for like shows. But on that note, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next live or in the video. Thank you all. Bye. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.